This is for you if you sometimes feel like life just doesn't flow your way. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, why does this happening to me? Or you're doing your best, you're conscious, kind, trying to do the right thing, you show up for others, and still things don't seem to open. Opportunities pass, relationships don't quite land, life feels a bit heavy or stuck. If that doesn't resonate, you can leave this here. But if it does, stay with me. Because not every setback is spiritual. Sometimes life responds very directly. We're unprepared, we make choices that don't align, we miss something practical. And that's part of being human. But this is not about that. This is about those moments where you feel, I'm really trying. I'm showing up with intention. So why does it still feel like something isn't moving? In that space, there can be deeper layers at play. Not something to blame, not something to overcomplicate, but something worth gently exploring. Sometimes what we experience doesn't begin with us alone. Within family systems, within lineage, there can be patterns, movements, or unresolved dynamics that quietly continue over time. And occasionally, one person becomes aware of it. Not to carry it heavily, but to meet it differently. I can't tell you why something is happening. There are too many possibilities for that. But what I can suggest is this. When you begin to consciously connect with your lineage, not just as history, but as something alive, something can start to shift. Not through force, but through relationship. And sometimes things begin to soften. Situations that felt stuck start to open in unexpected ways. The right person appears, a new opportunity comes, life feels a little lighter, a little more supportive. Almost as if something is moving with you again. And this doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple. In many shamanic-inspired practices, people create altars, spaces to honor ancestors as the unseen. But it doesn't have to be big or elaborate. It can be as small as a photo, a candle, a flower. Taking a moment to pause, to acknowledge, to feel gratitude. Keeping the space clean, approaching it with care. Or even more simply, before a meal, a moment of silence. A quiet thought, thank you for what came before me. Sometimes people place a small portion of food aside as a symbolic offering. After some time, it's returned to nature, not as a rule, but as a gesture of connection. What matters most is not the form, it's the intention. A sincere, quiet movement from the heart. Not forced, not perfect, just real. And maybe that's where something begins. Not in solving everything at once, but in changing the way you relate to what moves through your life.